Y'all know what time it is. We gon' set it off tonight.
Welcome to Inside the Training Room, a place to get all your home business tips and questions answered. My name is Dwyer, and I'm the president and founder of Platinum Presenters, but I'm also a Beachbody coach. So I wanted to start off with a question in regards to Shakeology. Shakeology is an amazing shake, meal replacement, protein shake, probiotic, prebiotic. It's so hard to explain, and that's why we always just send everyone to our website just to check it out. But then additionally, the way that we get people to really see what this product is by giving them a sample. So one of the questions that I got was, I give someone the sample, they love it, but then they just never follow through with buying it. So I know this is a big topic because a lot of people think it might be too expensive and they really don't understand what it is. And most of the time when you're giving someone the sample, it's not to experience the results of Shakeology, because if you know anything about Shakeology, it is a cumulative effort. And you really do see amazing things happen with your body when you are consistent using it every day. But really, when you give someone a packet as a sample, it's to see how they'll work with it for taste. So if you are giving samples out to someone, make sure that you explain to them how to make it. Shakeology, when someone is not used to doing shakes, is best made with ice and, of course, liquid, but a blender, and then some sort of recipe, something to add in to accentuate the taste. And if it's chocolate or if it's greenberry, you really got to give them a recipe. So now, how do you handle the aspect of you give the sample, they love it, but then they just don't follow through with buying it? Well, number one, you want to stay in touch with them. So just still be their support and their goals, the main reason that you guys were talking in the first place. Hopefully it wasn't just about Shakeology was the only reason you were talking to them. So continue to talk to them about your relationship that you were still building, or if you already had existing. But if they might not feel that it's a valuable asset, you might need to dive a little bit more into their life and figure out, where are they spending their money? Where are they spending their money for lunch? Where are they spending their money for their vitamins? If they're taking vitamins, they can nix that by just the Shakeology, which can also act as a meal replacement, a protein shake, a prebiotic, probiotic. I went into it all. But it really can come down in cost also if they decided to be a coach member. They can save up to $40 doing it that way, and that really kind of equates down to about $3 a shake. So really, it kind of makes sense. People will spend money where they will put the value, and if you point out what the value really is, then they will see that it's a big difference, and it can make a difference in their life as well. But you really have to think about it. You can't convince someone. You cannot convince someone to do the business, as well as you can't convince someone to seeing the value if they really don't believe it. So just continue to stay friends with them. Hey, I am here with Mindy Lawhorn, who is a 4-star diamond coach.
I was just thinking, there's so many times I've sent Shakeology samples out to people, followed up with them, and they're like, I love it, this stuff's awesome, it tastes so good, I cannot believe how many ingredients are in this, I've taken it to my doctor, blah, 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 but I don't want any. Okay, I don't know how many times I followed up, oh, please, tell me what it is that, you're not ready to try. I'd be happy to answer questions. And I get all kinds of answers, but one of them probably is the money factor. People always think, this is great, this is phenomenal, the product's rock star, but we can't afford $120 a month. I'm sorry, it just won't fit in the budget. The best way I try to kind of work through that is just really putting the quality where it is, and it's in the product, and reminding them of what it is. There is such a huge value in this, where maybe other things in our lives don't have that much value, but we hold it in such high esteem. But I break it down. I like to break it down to the $4 a day thing, because if you divide it up, for a non-coach, it's about $4 a day. Saying $4 a day to someone, it's just like, oh, it's like, I can handle $4 here, $4, going through the drive-thru getting a Coke, or $4, oh, let your kids play at the Dollar Tree. I mean, really, what's $4 at the Dollar Tree? I mean, you think about it, oh, that's fun for a little toy my kid's going to break, and it's doesn't have very high quality for $1. So saying $4 a day has really helped me to encourage people that, we really do have $4 a day for this. Your health is that important, your family is that important, and what in your life, maybe if you can't afford that, could you not do for $4 a day? I mean, we're talking, $25, $30 a week. Think about that when you spread it out, and it doesn't feel like such a big chunk. And I think that that's a great way to help people with the money, because the money factor is a big thing. I think that's the one that I get the most on.
Good.
Hey, I am here with Jimmy Hayes Nelson. He's a 2-star Diamond coach. I met up with him here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm here at the Dallas Cowboys game. And I asked him, if he could help share some tips with you guys. So,
Okay, so the question I get asked a lot is, where should I be spending my time to continue to grow my business? And the thing that's helped me the most is twofold. One, remembering to stay in phase one. And phase one is, no matter how big your team gets, it's easy to get into management mode, but make sure you're getting your 2 exposures a day in, that you're exposing people to the business and to the products. And tip number 2 is, as you're exposing either the products or the business opportunity, is to stay system dependent. It's real easy for us to get excited and try to explain everything ourselves. And even if you are an expert, if you've been a coach a long time, stay system dependent, because your new coaches that come in will see that that's something they can duplicate and that they can have success with that from the very beginning. So if we learn to say less, point people to a third-party tool, and then follow up with someone else, we'll find that our business will grow so much faster than if we try to just continue to talk. Hopefully that helps you guys. Keep on keeping on, and go Cowboys.
hey, I always get the question, when you know someone is perfect to be a coach, how should you approach them? It's the same way you're going to approach every other person that you know should actually do this business, whether they're perfect for it or it's something that you really think is possible. You basically tell them to look at the presentation, set up a follow-up with them, and if it's not for them, you keep moving forward. So we got this question. If you just had 1 hour a day, what would you do to move forward in your business as a Beachbody coach?
So if I had 1 hour a day to work this business and 1 hour a day only, really what would be the most beneficial thing I can do within that time frame is make connections, build relationships with people online, so via Facebook, Twitter, and then follow up with those people on the other hours of the day. This business is one that's built in relationships, and it's about, someone just sort of confiding in you, feeling comfortable in you, and really, trusting you because of who you are and how you've become friends with them and how you know one another. But I wouldn't start talking to them, hi, boom, I'm a coach, Shakeology, you need it. It's always, some other aspect. Not everyone's a one-trick pony, as I like to say. People like to sew, they like to make cakes, they like to do yard work, they like to read. There's so many other avenues to where you can connect with them. And even though, sure, you'd love to tell them about Shakeology, really that's one of the things that happens later on. But for that 1 hour, connecting with new people and following up with people that I had connected with prior is really the most beneficial way, I feel, if I just had 1 hour a day, and that's what I would do.
Now, Mindy gave you some great tips on what you can do if you just had 1 hour a day. Well, one of my biggest tips also is making sure that you do schedule that 1 hour a day. So if you're focusing that, from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock is the only time that I can spend doing something for this business each day actively, then you need to schedule that 1 hour. Because I'll say it that you can still do this business throughout your entire day, from as soon as you wake up to when you go to bed, if you're prepared. So when you're out and about running your errands, going to school, going to pick up your kids, doing whatever you got to do, just make sure that you're prepared with samples, with your business card, and to open up the door for conversation with people. Because you can do business all day long. You don't actually have to schedule it. But if you're formally scheduling it to make motions in your business and really make a big difference, then if you've only got 1 hour to do that, this is what I suggest you do. 5 to 6 p.m. is the only time that you said you can do something, then divide up the time. So look at the hour, 60 minutes, divide up the 60 minutes into scheduled sections of what you'll do in that 60 minutes. I think that your value is best spent on personal development. So be it that you're watching some video to learn how to do something different or learn about a product, or even watching this video here. This could be part of your 1 hour. Second thing that I would suggest you do is, of course, get connected to the new tools that are always coming out on the Platinum Presenters website if you're part of that, but also maybe even jumping on some training webinars that are available by Beachbody or Platinum Presenters or whatever your team is supporting you with. But then additionally, say now you're down to 5:30 and you've only got 30 more minutes. I firmly believe that you can make a ton of connections online, and I could touch more people's lives, speak to more people in 30 minutes on my computer in my comfy clothes with my bedhead than I can running around town for 30 minutes. I'd be a mad woman if I was running around town for 30 minutes. So I'm just going to sit there on my computer and just try to talk to people by making a connection. I live by the rule that Darren Hardy says, that you go out with 100% intention to just be helpful, be a resource to someone. If you know something, share it. Give that out, because you know what? If you expect zero in return from someone, then it's going to just come back to you in tenfold. So just always go out without intent. Just be helpful, be a resource, be a friend, be a support to someone, and in return, people will just stand by and see that that's what you do, and they will come to you. So schedule the 30 minutes to be on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, MySpace, wherever your social media site is, and just start chatting with people and helping them with what they're asking, or just being a friend and invested in their life. So thanks guys so much for following. I can't wait for you to get back out there and put this plan to action. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.